¿Qué onda, vatos? Thanks for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous here. We're going to be going into things to kind of look out for when you're negotiating for a new vehicle, maybe a motorcycle, maybe Harley-Davidson. There's a couple things that I will probably recommend to you guys just to kind of look out for. Just some tips. And like I mentioned in my other videos, I'm not necessarily a sales guy. I never worked in the sales department. I was always in the service department, in the automotive service, repairs, warranty works, service writer, just a service writer or service advisor, whatever they call it at your guys' dealership. And what would I tell you guys to kind of look out for? Just the way they negotiate and they try to word things. You always want to kind of keep an eye out for some of the things that they do say. And what I'm talking about is how they try to get you to look at something. They try to get you to kind of pay attention to something else. They're showing you the deck on this hand, but they're doing something else with the other hand. They're trying to get you to see it in a point of view where you don't really see it. And they're good at this. I mean, this is what they do. We've had dealerships for many years. They've been in business, and they've pretty much mastered how to get you to buy a bike. And honestly, the sales guys, they should be helping you on purchasing a new vehicle, not selling you a vehicle. And there's a couple ways to kind of take that to consider it. But let's keep on getting into the topic. Things to kind of look out for. They typically will have you look at the payments. Now, this is something that you shouldn't do, because you don't really know what you're paying or what you're buying the bike for. At the end of the day, if you're focused on the payments, you don't really see what they're selling you the bike for. And that's because, and I mean, there's a reason why they're doing it. It's just, you could change your payments. You could add more months. You could add you could do a deposit. You could, there's ways to work around the payments, but it's something that I would suggest you not to focus on when you're going to a dealership. I always say, work on negotiating the price of the bike. Work on out the door prices. Sometimes you don't actually factor in that 300 times 72 or 84 months. That's going to add up to a whole lot of money, a whole lot of moolah. It's going to add up to a lot. And sometimes you don't even see a lot of the times they do factor in the loan amounts. I mean, they show you when you're working on monthly payments, they'll show you this is what you're paying, this is what your interest rate will be at this amount, and this is how much, how many loans or how many, monthly terms, how long your loan term is going to be. That's the way they kind of get you to not see the price of the bike. And once you add those numbers together, the percentage, the monthly payment, and how many payments you're going to be making, sometimes once you finally look at it, you're looking at $30,000, maybe $40,000, depending on those three factors: the interest, the payments, and how long the loan is. So focus on the out the door price. And some other things to kind of consider as well is a lot of times when I go with my friends and we're going at the dealerships, they have a method of wording things where they'll tell you, look, this is how much you're getting the bike, or this is how much you're getting the vehicle for. And you look at it and you're like, wow, that looks like a really good price. But when you're doing a trade-in or when you're doing a down payment, they leave that stuff off the deal. A lot of the times, because I've dealt with this quite a bit. I went with a friend of mine, and he was looking, they had him the same thing, the payments, and they have him looking at the out the door of the price. And what happens is you kind of forget about your down payment, or you kind of forget about the trade-in. They don't necessarily tell you, this is how much you get in the bike after your trade-in and after your down payment. They'll just tell you, look, this is what you're getting the bike for, this is what you're getting the vehicle for, and you'll look at it, and then sometimes we kind of look at it and then we start thinking in our head, oh, okay, I'm getting it for, let's just, for example, $16,000, the, a lowrider S. I'm getting it for $16,000, and then you're kind of thinking, oh, and plus my down payment, plus my trade-in, and then I'm gonna get this bike for practically for free. But a lot of the times, once you look at the final contract, that's what you're getting the bike after your down payment and after your trade-in. So once you factor the $16,000, let's say a $4,000 down payment, and then you factor in your trade-in, maybe $2,000, that's $6,000. Then you look at it, it's 14 plus 6, which is your down payment and your trade-in. Now you're honestly not getting a deal on the bike. You're getting it for $20,000 plus the fees, plus all the other hidden stuff that they're gonna tack on there. You're looking at $23,000, $24,000. And this is just, like I said, something to kind of factor in. Now, like I mentioned, I've been with friends at negotiations, and once I tell them, because a lot of times the sales guys will go back, they play the game. They go back and they talk to the management, and they want to know, supposedly, what's the lower price? What price can we give this guy so he could take the vehicle with him? And when they're doing that, I tell my friends, I tell them, look, this is what they're not telling you. You're not you're looking at this number, but don't forget, you also have a down payment that you're already negotiating on, and you also have a trade-in. And once I show them the price, and then I show them how much they already have in, plus their payments, once I show them that, then that's when they kind of just like, holy crap, how much am I getting this bike for? And it's used? Like, wow, it's just something to kind of consider. Look at the negotiate out the door price. Look at your trade-in if you have one. Look at your down payment, and ask the sales guys, like, okay, so this is how much you guys are selling me the bike for, right? Yes, okay. All right, and that's with my trade-in, or is that not factored in yet? Other than that, let's talk about the extra additional services they're going to offer you. Now, I have a lot of videos on this stuff. I do break down a lot of the additional services in the videos. Overall, something to kind of consider, something to kind of keep in mind. They'll word it, like I said, this is what they do. They'll tell you, what, get the additional security, or get the tires and wheels protection plan, or get the legendary so-and-so, get the legendary extended ESPS, the extended service plan, or get the prepaid maintenance plan. And they'll just tell you, what, it's only an extra $5. It's not that much. But again, just like I mentioned in all my videos, that's additional $5 on your payments at 8 or 10 or whatever percentage you get on your annual rate. It's whatever on your financial rate. It's an additional on that. Sometimes they'll tell you, it's only an extra $10 for the prepaid plan. You should consider getting it. And not to get too detailed about it, but it's something that they'll tell you, and they'll just kind of be like, what, you're going to save this much. This is, how much you're going to save. This is how much it's costing you. It's only an extra $10 a month. It's, don't you care about your bike? Isn't that what you want? You don't want this bike to last you for the rest of your life? This is what they say. And like I mentioned in my prepaid plan video, it is a good deal, but it's only a good deal if you're thinking about servicing the vehicle, servicing the bike at the dealership. That's it. You don't void your warranty if you take it somewhere else, or you don't void your warranty if you decide to maintain your own bike. So just something to be aware about. And like I mentioned in my other videos, keep on referring back to my videos, the walk around, the additional parts you're gonna be offered, the extra performance parts, OEM parts, the labor, everything. They're gonna try to put this all on your financial loan, and they're gonna try to get the most out of you. They're gonna hold you by the ankles, and they're gonna see how much they could get out of you. So just keep in mind. And look at that contract. Look at that final contract that they're going to want you to sign. It's going to be about 3 feet long, and at the very top, you're going to see how much you're getting the bike for. So you look at that. Don't look at your payments. Don't look at how much additional dollars you're going to be paying for additional services. Look at that number at the very top of that contract. Let's do a recap of the video. Negotiate price out the door. Don't look at payments, and try to avoid some of the dealer add-ons. Just something to kind of be aware and stay vigilant. Don't believe everything you read, and get out there and ride. Later.